Now Kirby flies in and out of every level by flying in on a shooting star. That's just his thing, because he's a Star Warrior. And welcome to a remake of the first level of the Game Boy game. Now, I'll explain this. Copying. This is what sets this away from the original Kirby game. Every game, I believe past the first one, someone else in the thread will say this, has got this change to it. Kirby can copy abilities. He'll basically eat the enemy by swallowing it in and tap down. If they have a power, he'll gain it. If they don't have a power, he'll just eat the star. He'll eat the enemy, and that's it. It gets regurgitated, and it's gross and disgusting, and he poops it out the next. I don't know. Moving on. Here's the first enemy who conveniently can be copied. If they can be copied, you also flash. This changes Kirby's appearance and gives him a nice hat. Usually, there's a couple ones that don't. So now we have the beam ability. For those of you who played Kirby's Adventure, you remember he does that. But he has a bunch of new moves. For starters, he can charge up the beam. He has this weird attack. I don't understand what exactly it's doing, but basically it's actually very destructive. If you dash in midair, you can actually shoot propelling lasers that keep you flying. And he has a grab attack. A lot of the attacks will have grab attacks in this game. You just get up really close to an enemy, grab him in your hand, and just do something like that. So that's the first power-up we're going to see in the game. I'm going to try to introduce every power-up like this and show off all their moves. So if you play through this game, you're going to get bored pretty fast, but what can I do? I will also introduce the two-player aspect of this game. Press the A button and you create a copy of the enemy you actually ate. Right away it's computer controlled. The enemy's name is obviously Waldo, and you can see on the right side now he has a health bar and everything. And see, he's fighting enemies for me because I'm really lazy. Drop the hot dog. You can get different kinds of enemies. I believe there's like 30 powers in this game, something like that. See, I found another one right away. And I'll explain what he just did in a minute or two. I now have the cutter ability. If Kirby doesn't want a power, he just taps the A button, and he drops the hat. Now, if the helper touches the hat, he changes it into that form. Or if Kirby reswallows it, he gets the power back. Now, I guess I'll show off some of the cutter abilities. Cutter is another one of the original powers from Kirby's Adventure, and one of the original ones I got introduced. Basically, he throws a boomerang. Wow, amazing, isn't it? But the boomerang can also keep going back if you jump over it, and it got a couple of upgrades. For starters, if you find an enemy to melee right away, if Waddle Doo doesn't stop stealing enemies from me, I find an enemy to melee. There we go. Basically, he does a 4-hit combo, which shoots out a giant beam at the end. It's pretty devastating, and it's actually pretty sweet. Okay, that's it for this first area. Let's move on. Riding Warp Star will move you to a new area, usually all together, and your partner rides with you too. Okay. Here we have our first mini-boss. If you remember Kirby's Adventure or Kirby's Dream Land, you see Poppy Sr. here. I'm really lazy, so I'm just gonna let Waddle Doo fight so I can actually talk and focus on what I'm saying. Once the guy dies, usually a mini-boss almost always has a power. In this case, I'm going to switch Waddle Doo here to Sir Kibble, which is the cutter bad guy, which is the cutter helper. And the power I ate from eating Poppy Sr. is Bomb. Nice little graphic there in the corner. Kirby now has the ability to throw infinite amount of bombs. There's a couple ways you can do this. You can just throw them in midair as normal. He can tap down and just basically instant drop them, causing kind of an earthquake effect. Or if you hold down the button, you can semi-aim your angle so you can have a slightly more accurate shot. Kirby can also... of course my partner's not going to let me do that. Oops. Here. Kirby can also actually grab an enemy and plant a bomb on them. Like that. And you just witnessed my stupidity as I just let Sir Kibble eat it. Okay. Shit. Shit, what happened? Okay, I'm still here. This is gonna be so bad. Okay. Unfortunately, I think Sir Kibble just died. So, what happens if when your helper runs out of energy, basically he catches on fire and runs around like a chicken with his head cut off. Give him any, and you have to give him a new power-up, or you have to let him die. It's the only things you can do. Apparently Kirby doesn't believe in humane processes. That's a little one-up jingle. And I'm gonna grab some health. Now, this is the boss fight. This is the first boss of the game. Now, anyone who's played any Kirby game knows exactly what boss this is. And those who don't, I'm just gonna piss you off by just standing in the middle of the air here to raise the suspense. The character here is named Wispy Woods. Basically, he's just a giant tree. His main attacks are shooting wind and dropping apples and spikes on you. Now, in Kirby's Dream Land, you had no power-up, so the only way you could fight him was to actually eat those apples. But this is Kirby Superstar, so what do we have to do? Just keep tapping X. Y, sorry. Let's forget for actually looking at my Xbox controller. Anytime you beat the level, you get this little star fragment. This is apparently the plot, like King DDD separated all the star fragments, you bring them all together, la la la, happy end. Grab it does the Kirby dance. Magical little dance where everyone is happy, and Kirby somehow clones himself. Okay, I think you got the gist of it. I'm gonna stop here for now because I don't wanna. I was gonna do all this game at once, then I think I'm just gonna sit on that for now and see if there's any interest for this, and maybe if I can hopefully stop coughing for the next video, that would be a lot better. So here's the first video. I hope you enjoyed it. Drum up some positive comments in the thread. And I am looking for people to help me do guest commentary, because Lord knows that we all need Slow Beef in a video commentary, considering he pioneered the field. I'm pretty sure, has there been a video where he's not been, a video LP that he's not been in yet? I don't know at this point. Anyways. Yeah, we're going to end it here right now, and hopefully we'll see you next time.